and we're speaking with Denise House, who is the elementary science teacher. You teach 3rd through 8th grade, and then you also teach high school horticulture class as well.
Yes.
So we're in front of an interesting garden here. This isn't your regular garden. This is actually an aquaponics system, and this is what brought us here today. So can you tell us how long you've had this system?
We've had this system about 2.5, 3 years. Someone just came up to us and asked us, Cape in Smallwood, he wanted to know if we would be willing to be his guinea pig and put some aquaponics into the greenhouse. And so we were able to give half the greenhouse to it. And it's just beds with water that flows through it in a cycle. They cycle through. We've got a fish tank outside.
Right.
And so that circles, it's called a swirl. So it swirls and then fills back these tanks up. And then it drops the nutrients, and then the water goes back out, and it cycles every 20, 30 minutes.
So you created a self-contained ecosystem where the fish are fertilizing the plants.
Yes.
The plants are taking that nutrients out and actually cleaning that water then for the fish again.
Yes.
So what do you have growing here? You've got some herbs and things like that.
Right now we've got some cilantro here. We've got chives there, and we're trying, we've let the chives go to seed, and we're going to let some of the cilantro go to seed because we want to be able to replant them. We want to try to keep it all encompassed with us instead of having to buy seeds every time. So we're trying something a little different, and we've been without fish for a little bit, so we've got a little deficiency. But my chives look really good.
They do, yeah.
We're kind of excited to see that. And then our basil, and then we've got some parsley. We've got some empty beds because we're fixing to start planting some tomatoes and maybe some squash. I'm not sure what all the kids are going to decide to plant.
It's
really,
an educational project.
And I want their input, and so last year we tried to grow stuff to make salsa. That's what they wanted to make. They wanted to make salsa, so we planted everything that you need to make salsa with.
Tomatoes and onions.
Yep, and we had the cilantro. Yep. So.
And how did it turn out?
Well, we lost our fish, and so without our fish, we don't have the nutrients, and so everything was a lot slower. We had everything eventually, but it was more like July.
So really, the kids are learning though how you affect or alter one aspect or one variable in the system actually affects the whole system.
It's very good for those food webs, those food pyramids, to show them, hey, you take that producer, that bottom level off.
Right.
There's a problem.
So you teach horticulture to high school students, but do you bring your younger kids out here also?
We do. They have no choice but to be immersed headfirst into agriculture.
So they're getting it 3rd through high school.
Yes, yep. And we plant things. We come in and we do propagation from my spider plants, and so that helps us learn what kind of reproduction, asexual or sexual reproduction, and we start seeds. And anyway, we do lots of stuff out here.
So what do you do with all of your herbs and things like that when you harvest? Does it go into the community, or do the students take it home or make salsa with it?
We have the lunchroom needs a big crop of sage and basil twice a year. So we grow sage and basil and dry it and get it over to them Thanksgiving and Christmas.
So that goes into the cafeteria right here at this school?
We eat that.
Excellent.
And then we have a CrossFit group that comes in and they harvest, and we'll dry what they ask us to dry. We've got oregano, and so we've dried some of that. Now we grew lemon balm. That was a new thing that we added last year, and it was about to take over an entire bed. And so we had to figure out what we were going to do because that's just too much lemon balm. So we cut it, and the kids got online and they found some recipes for lemon balm lemonade and muffins. So we made lemon balm lemonade and muffins, and they were really good. But they get to. I think it's important that they taste what we're growing.
Right.
That this isn't just an hour of goof off.
Right.
It's hands-on, kind of the motto.
Have you found that they're getting more excited when they're actually getting to reap those rewards?
They are.
It's food to table right there.
Exactly. So it was pretty neat, kind of the light bulb kind of moment. So it's pretty neat.
And what is this material that you're growing in, actually?
This is actually clay,
Okay.
which we grow quite well here in Oklahoma, and it's just cooked. It's hardened, so it's a medium that we grow in. I wish really easy to weed. I wish my garden was this easy to weed.
You still got to weed it though.
Yeah, you still have to weed it.
So even though you don't see water, it is wet right in there.
You dig down in there.
Yeah, the roots are getting.
Yeah, and now we've got earthworms. We've stuck earthworms in here, so that's another part of the ecosystem. So we've got all sorts of good stuff.
Excellent. Thank you so much for joining us, Denise.
Thank you for coming and visiting our greenhouse. We love the company and we love to share what we have here.
Perfect. I'm here with Mason Forrest, and she is a horticulture student here at Kiowa. Tell us what you're growing in these aquaponic systems.
Well, we are growing parsley and cilantro and onions. We actually got the idea we wanted to try to grow ingredients to make salsa on our own. So we're growing a lot of that, and we have some strawberries too.
So when you plant this stuff, do you just plant a seed and it grows, or are you actually planting small plants?
Most of the time we're planting seeds, but every now and then we do have small plants.
Okay, and is this your first year in this horticulture class? What grade are you in? And
I'm a senior, and I was in horticulture last year.
okay, excellent. So we've got some strawberries that look kind of tasty down here. Think we can try one of these?
Probably.
So what's your favorite part of doing this and working out in the garden?
I really like doing more hands-on stuff. We're not, learning out of a book. We're actually learning by doing it. So I really enjoy that part.
What have you learned about the aquaponics system?
Well, it's a really cool system with all the fish and stuff that comes through here. I'm really fascinated by how it fertilizes it.
Excellent. All right, well, thank you, and let's enjoy. We're now outside of the greenhouses here at Kiowa, and joining me is Jaden Wills, who was a student here. You just graduated recently last year.
Yes.
And when you were here, you got to take care of this aquaponics program and a lot of the fish that is in the tank behind us. What did you do to manage the fish here?
Well, I fed the fish and I monitored pH levels and filled up the water when it got low.
So how often did you have to check on those fish?
Every day or two. Yeah, every couple of days I had to come up and check on them, make sure everything was going good.
And so what did the fish do to the system inside? How do they affect each other?
All the ammonia and nutrients from the fish is transferred into the water, so it lets the plants grow.
Okay, excellent. And so when you were here, you also applied for some proficiency awards with an FFA. Can you tell us what you got and what you received through that?
Yes, I received 2 proficiency awards in diversified horticulture and emerging ag technologies.
Excellent. So did that help you go on to college at all?
Yes, I got scholarships out of that, so that helped a lot.
Excellent. Did you enjoy this program here and
Yes.
what you learned from the aquaponics system?
Yes, I learned a lot from it.
Very good. Thank you so much for joining us, Jaden.
Thank you.
We hope you enjoyed this video. It's part of our Oklahoma Gardening YouTube channel. You can also find even more videos on our OK Gardening Classics YouTube channel. And join us on social media for great gardening tips, photos, and discussion.